who understand that agriculture is an incredibly important part of our economic future. But agriculture also is an important part of American life because it represents the great values of America.
Agriculture is such a broad industry, and 20% of the jobs out there are in agriculture, so it obviously has some benefits of taking it. Most of the people that don't take ag in college, or in high school and in college, may end up in a career that deals with agriculture, and they would have benefited from taking it in school. And also, the people that do take ag in college, or ag in high school and in college, have the benefit of dealing with organizations like the FFA, where they learn so many neat things about people and about the opportunities that are out there.
You're learning by doing. The kid is actually getting hands-on experience. If the kid doesn't have the modality of learning through paper and pencil, how are you going to teach that person? Yet that person is going to be vital for the society. We need entrepreneurs. This is one of the few areas where you can legitimately teach hands-on entrepreneurship.
Further people move from the farm and from rural life, and they move into the cities, and our suburban and urban areas grow, they want a connection to agriculture. So I think politically, I see in Albany and Washington a desire to have farms in this country and have farms in this state. And a critical component of that is having people involved in agriculture, agricultural businesses, from all facets of that. So I see continuing support for ag education because there's such a public pull and desire to have strong agriculture in New York.
Well, you know, agriculture is a field that involves a lot of different things. It's especially helped me in my math and my science classes. I know when I was in biology last year, everyone was struggling through genetics. And I got in there and I knew what I was doing, I knew what was going on because I had done all of it in my animal science classes. And my ag advisor is always there to help me, tutor me in science if I need it. And I've been exposed to a lot of the things before I even start them in other level classes.
I'm very glad that I took my ag classes because it's nothing normal. Not everybody knows what I know now. And when I go into college, I'm already ahead. I could answer the basic information that I'm glad that I learned in agriculture.
I personally think that she's had exposure to a lot of different things with agriculture. She comes from an agricultural background because we do have a farm, but she has never had an opportunity to do anything with it at school. And through her ag courses now, through FFA, through the opportunities that she has been exposed to at the various meetings, conventions, workshops, I just feel very excited about it. I think that it gives her a broader view of agriculture, not just doing chores and not just cleaning up after the animals and showing cows, but it shows it as a business, and it gets kids involved. And it's been very exciting. She met a lot of really neat kids from all over New York State, and that's been very exciting.
And I think there's an opportunity to encourage some people in the private sector in agriculture that they could benefit by contributing to these agricultural programs and expanding them in our schools.
I'm very glad I took my ag classes. They give me a broad range of topics, and it gave me a lot of experience in the fields. And I think that's what really got me into, my whole intended major and what I want to do with the rest of my life, and engineering with agriculture.
In agriculture, we can use applied math, applied science, even the language arts are covered in our programs. Many of the skills that students learn in these areas are actually part of the learning standards in many of the core area subjects.
There's a great deal of appreciation for the open space and vistas that we have in New York State and for our fresh, locally grown food supply. The only way to increase that appreciation and help folks really understand where their food comes from and why their rural economies do well or why they might not do well is for a strong understanding of what's going on in the agricultural community in this state. So, and the best way to get that is through an effective agricultural education program in our public schools.
And I think ag education also gives them good leadership skills, communication skills through career development events and different events and contests and different things that students can partake in through ag education and FFA. You get more leadership skills and communication skills, and you work more with people and meet a lot of new friends, and it just gives them a well-rounded values and morals and things they can use later in life.
American society defines success in two words: fame and fortune. American education aims to prepare students for careers and lives that are successful. Few people wind up in careers in show business. Few become multimillionaires. Everyday success is measured by slightly more attainable goals: recognition, status, and salary. Today's educators are focused on molding students who will attain this sort of success. However, they often overlook the one program that is proven to provide not only students, but also schools and entire communities with this type of reward. That program is agricultural education. Agricultural education is considered a program because it is not merely a single course taught in a classroom or a single lab taken 40 minutes a week. Agriculture students learn in classroom and laboratory settings, hold jobs in areas related to the subjects they are studying in school, and attend conferences with other students studying the same subjects. Students are taught through lectures, experience hands-on learning, earn money, practice managerial skills, and compete on national levels. Today's high school agricultural education programs offer high-tech, science-oriented, career-specific classes. The agricultural education program is composed of three integral parts: classroom education, supervised agricultural experiences, and leadership development through the FFA. Total agricultural program meets the needs of the total student. During a typical day in an agricultural education class, students may be identifying and typing animal blood, studying the physics of small engines, learning to design a landscape using a computer model, or researching global agricultural trade through the internet. Hands-on learning is key in any agriculture classroom. Students not only learn about why tissue culture works, but they also have the opportunity to apply that knowledge. After studying the theory of combustion, a classroom may disassemble and examine an engine's fuel system. A unit focusing on masonry is not complete without applying these skills. In all of agricultural education, skills introduced by a textbook are mastered by practicing them. Agricultural education must prepare students for a variety of careers, so courses are both challenging and specialized. Classwork may consist of anything ranging from maple syrup production to small animal care, and from dairy production or diesel mechanics to marine biology or ecosystem preservation. Students have the opportunity to learn what interests them and what they excel at. Ag education creates an environment where desire to learn evolves from a student's interest in what they are learning. Because agriculture has so many promising careers, a student interested in biological engineering can learn alongside one pursuing a career in journalism, and each is receiving a valuable head start in their respective career. According to a study by Purdue University, students in an agricultural program leave high school with specific careers in mind. Students' experiences in the different areas of agriculture allow them to develop skills in a specific job area.
Education programs are essential to a well-rounded high school curriculum, because students that are book smart aren't necessarily prepared to have job experiences and careers once they get outside of high school. But if you take a student that's been involved in an agriculture class, they've had the hands-on experience and the experience of learning things that those who have learned out of a textbook don't necessarily have. They're better equipped to serve our economy and the agriculture industry in general as a good employee, because they have those experiences where they have hands-on opportunity to learn things and will be able to apply them also in the job career field.
One of the driving forces behind the New York State Learning Standards was this idea that we needed to have students take their academic knowledge, put it to some type of real use. And the agriculture education program has always been that type of learning experience, hands-on learning experiences. So I think the learning standards fit right into what the ag education program has been doing for years, and we have an excellent tool to help our students not only become proficient in the agriculture area, but to become more proficient in their academic areas such as English and math, and especially science.
Surveying and transit work use a lot of math principles, and in order for the students to be able to use the tools, they've got to understand the principles. A simple carpenter's square can teach measuring standards, it can teach angles, Pythagorean's theorem. There's a ton of things that are done every day, practical application, that meet the standards that New York State set forth.
Not only is it what I love to do, and it's a lot of fun and it's a lot of hands-on, but it's giving me a head start in my career, and it's giving me a lot of things that other people need and that a lot of other people don't have the chance to get.
After completing an agricultural education program, students are prepared to enter rewarding careers. School-to-work efforts are successful in agricultural education programs across the state and nation. 1 out of every 5 high school students will be employed in the field of agriculture, and those leaving agricultural education programs have an advantage over those without this career preparation. The agricultural industry has ample employment opportunities with a 4.5% surplus of jobs available. Graduates of agriculture programs leave prepared to land a job immediately after high school or to continue their education focused on an ultimate career goal. The uniqueness of agricultural classroom education is key in this decision. Labs and classroom activities are only the first step towards students understanding what they are learning and why. Supervised agricultural experience programs bridge the gap between the classroom and real life, providing students with opportunities for hands-on learning and mentoring. Agriculture teachers help the students to find jobs in the agricultural industry that are relevant to the students' classroom learning and personal interests. Agriculture is a diverse field of study, and therefore there are numerous varied jobs available to students.
Our SAPs stand for Supervised Agriculture Experience Program, and we have them at our school to give kids the experience of agriculture. It's pretty much mandatory to get involved in something, so we usually have the kids have some aspect of agriculture. Could be vegetable farming, could be horticulture, could be dairy farming. We live in a big dairy area, so we have a lot of dairy interests, so it really gives the kids some hands-on experience in agriculture. That's what we're all about.
SAE helps me to really take it to a new level, to realize what I'm doing, to set goals for myself in my SAE program. Right now I'm working with the calves on our farm. I feed them, I care for them. I'm learning how important it is to take responsibility for my work. And I think this is really going to help me in the future, because not only is it giving me valuable work experience, but it's also just helping me to develop skills and learn about responsibility and time management and all the things that are important to know in the real world.
Worked in a campground, and I worked in the office where I took reservations and basically talked with people every day. On holiday weekends, I planned all the activities, and I went out and worked with all the children, which was really cool because the kids are really nice. And I also worked on my neighbor's farm, taking care of his animals. He has a whole bunch of, he's llamas, reindeer, horses, dogs, ducks, peacocks. Oh man, he's so many. It's really fun working with his animals. It's a lot of fun.
My SAE was ag markets, and dealing with ag markets has really shown me what the market of agriculture is really about, because I learned the prices and how everything just works in the whole production industry of agriculture.
Real benefit to any New York State ag education program or any ag education program, mainly because it's an opportunity for students to take what they learn in the classroom and through their FFA experience and bring it to the workplace. In turn, things are new and updated on a regular basis with technology, and the students that go out into a work experience program have the ability to bring that experience that they get on the job back to the classroom, which in turn benefits all the students and the teacher at the same time.
final component of the agriculture program is membership in the FFA. With over 450,000 members, it is the largest youth organization in the world. FFA is not just a club. It is an organization dedicated to extending classroom learning. Involvement in the FFA is included in the agricultural education program by an act of Congress in 1950. FFA makes a positive difference in the lives of students by developing their potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. Students' knowledge is tested in career development contests, competitive events based on what a student learns in agriculture classes. An individual interested in horses and enrolled in an animal science course, for example, might compete in a horse evaluation contest. Career development events are as varied as supervised agricultural experience programs and agricultural career areas, ranging from livestock evaluation to welding, from food science and technology to public speaking, and from nursery landscaping to parliamentary procedure.
My friend got me into FFA. I've been raising beef all my life, and I've been involved in 4-H, and he got me involved in FFA by just saying, hey, why don't you join FFA? It might be fun. And it was a choice that will affect my life forever, and it was a good choice.
My abilities as a leader grew through the FFA because I was a very shy person. And in the FFA, you feel like you're somebody. You're not just one of the students, you know. They give you opportunities. They give you responsibilities, which I have learned.
Joining FFA can really open you up to new careers and new possibilities that you might be seeking in the future, and can also give you leadership abilities and values that a lot of people nowadays really need to have.
And through ag education and the practical things that we learn there, not just rote learning, but learning by doing, hands-on learning, and then the interaction that occurs between students is crucial. I know in my own career, I take very little from what I learned in math and chemistry. As important as those are, the skills I learned through vocational agriculture and the skills of just getting out and being with other people, and the competitions, the career development events, all of those kinds of things exposed me as a student from my own little school out into the world. There are other people, there are other schools, there are other styles of communicating. I think that the complete FFA experience is crucial to someone's full development, and I think you find that in talking to anybody who's been through the program.
I think the most important thing about FFA is it's for everyone, and everyone can find something that they want to do. And a lot of high schoolers don't have confidence in themselves, and they don't know what they want to do, and even younger kids. And FFA really just helps you to find what you want to do. It makes you more confident in yourself, and it gives you experiences in life that you wouldn't get otherwise.
Well, what the FFA does is it puts kind of the flavor into the sauce of ag education. It lets the kids have this third element. It takes them out of the classroom into meeting other people that are interested in programs, interested in doing things. It adds a little competitive element. It adds an element, I think perhaps one of the greatest things is the way the kids get around the state, around the country. They get to see there's a bigger world. One of the things it invariably does is it gets my kids interested in college.
My experience as a state officer has been very rewarding to me personally. I've had the chance to meet a lot of really neat people, not only students in ag classes and younger kids, but also older people that have become my role models and have influenced me, as well as I can influence the other younger students and students that are my age in agriculture classes. And it's been really rewarding to see the impact that agriculture and the FFA has had not only on me as a state officer, but also on other students.
Well, I think these girls in the state organization give an awful lot of leadership, guidance, and support, and influence her and challenge her and make her want to do more on the state level and also on the local levels.
Well, they're role models too. She wants to be like them. And that gets me excited because I like to see her in that leadership position. I think every opportunity she has to express herself, to speak in front of people, makes her better prepared for the real world.
All of the experience that I've had with FFA have just been so amazing that I'm going to remember them for my whole life, and I'll tell my kids about it. They'll be involved in FFA, and it will really influence their lives.
FFA members may be learning teamwork by accepting the challenge of the ropes course, mentoring elementary students in Project Pals, conducting business meetings according to Robert's Rules of Order, or reflecting on their personal goals during an inspirational address at the National FFA Convention. They may be engaged in conducting research, exploring a current issue facing agriculture for the Ag Issues Contest, or developing their own resume in preparation for the employment interview contest. FFA members are prepared to meet the challenges they will face in their lives after high school. The National FFA organization is the final integral part of the agricultural education program. Agricultural education is a program that is valuable and rewarding to school systems and students. The agricultural education program is very comprehensive with unique classes, interesting jobs, and corresponding leadership activities that prepare students for rewarding careers. Students learn from textbooks, laboratories, experiments, computer programs, on-the-job experiences, and conferences. Through the three components of classroom education, supervised agricultural experience programs, and FFA membership, students enrolled in agricultural education learn more than to how to pass the next exam. Agricultural education gives students the technical skills they will need in their careers, experience in real-world situations like managing money, and an understanding of people skills that they will use regardless of what career area they decide to enter. Agricultural education prepares students for successful careers and a lifetime of informed choices in the global agriculture, food, fiber, and natural resources systems. Why not take the challenge? Agricultural education is a challenging course of study that successfully creates future industry leaders, develops students' potential, and gives back to the community it's located in. Premier leadership, personal growth, and career success await those who choose wisely. A choice of agriculture is a choice for a successful future.